Pseudoregalia is a game. I mean, it's a 3D Metroidvania that has easily become one of my favorite games, or at the very least, one of my current addictions. Call me Patrick Star because apparently I've been living under a rock. I thought I found an undiscovered treasure, but nope, I'm just a year late to the party. Oh well. Hopefully this video can serve as someone's introduction to this wonderful game, or maybe inspire someone to play it again because my god, I love this game. Pseudoregalia starts off with our lovely goat, bunny, cat thingy named Sybil entering a dreamscape, hoping she's not too late. Disclaimer, I am dumb. And there's not that much story and dialogue to go off of, so bear with me. Beginning in the dilapidated dungeon, Sybil is armed with nothing but her arms and legs. But luckily, she'll find a few things to help her on her journey. As Sybil traverses through the dilapidated dungeon, she discovers the two necessary power-ups needed to complete her mission: the Dreambreaker and the slide technique. Before Sybil can escape, she must first fight the Strong Eyes, the first and only mini-boss. After an easy victory, Sybil reaches the entrance to Castle Sansa, where she finds a plaque that states one needs to find the 3 powers of the sun to find a path to the princess's tower. Man, that's a mouthful. But before that, she must also find 5 keys scattered around the castle to open the tower door. In between each key, Sybil can talk to the funny goats scattered around the castle, and many of them drop hints, pointing towards a slow corruption of the princess. After collecting everything, Sybil reaches the top of the tower and enters the distorted memory. To nobody's surprise, except mine because I'm dumb. She is greeted by the final boss of the game, the princess. Using all the powers obtained on her journey, Sybil unleashes a final beatdown on Princess, allowing the dreamer to finally wake up and thank Sybil for helping them. Now, the ending is a bit open-ended, so here's my interpretation. The person dreaming lost someone important, but couldn't move on. As time went on, the dreamer grew to resent their princess, distorting their memory of her, indicated by the name of the final area. By defeating the princess, Sybil removes the distortion, allowing the dreamer to wake up from their nightmare and finally move on. Short and simple, right? Now, my biggest complaint with the story is that there just wasn't enough. But I understand, considering that this game was made on a tight schedule for the Game Jam. But if we ever get more Pseudoregalia in the future, I do hope there's more story. Now, the real reason to play this game. The gameplay! Like I stated in the beginning, Pseudoregalia is a Metroidvania, so that means there's a lot of explorable areas, but some of them can only be accessed by obtaining abilities. So I already talked about the Dreambreaker and the slide, but let's move on to the rest of them. These abilities can be obtained in any order, but on a casual playthrough, here's more of a typical order you can find them in. First one we have is the Sungreaves, which is basically just a wall jump, but with further upgrades you can get up to 4. Next, we have Sunsetter. While it does have a cool name, all it is just a plunge attack after a jump, or if you're in the air. Next, we have Sin and Light, which is basically just like Hollow Knight's nail mechanic, where you can bounce off of enemies and off of structures. Next, we have Solar Wind, which is just a fancy way of saying slide jump. And after getting this ability, you can go fast. And last but not least, is the Cling Gem, which allows Sybil to cling to the wall. It's basically just a wall run. Now there are a few more abilities, but those are mostly just combat based, and don't really affect how Sybil moves. But the most important thing of all, is once you combine all of these abilities, you can do some cool movement, keep your momentum, and just fly on out of here. With each of these abilities, it now becomes possible to access all the keys, and eventually the tower where the princess is. Sadly, none of these abilities are required to fight the princess, because all you need are hands. And the Dreambreaker. With all of that out of the way, it's time for the real reason you should play Pseudoregalia. It's because you can dress Sybil up. Just kidding. It's because Sybil got It's because the movement is so crisp, I swear. Now, what do you do once you beat the game? I'll tell you. It's time to break it. Immediately after beating this game, I discovered that this game, of course, has a speedrunning community, albeit a little small. And after learning a few of the tricks, ooh boy. Speedrunning this game is so fun, so smooth, and so fast. You can beat this game in under 30 minutes if you get good enough. Compare that to my original playthrough, which lasted about 5 hours, you can really cut down the time. And the best part is, some of these tricks aren't even that hard to learn, so speedrunning is very accessible. Now as for some of the tricks, remember Solar Wind, the one that lets you jump out of your slide? Well, technically, you don't need it, because you can do a little bit of button inputs, and you can just cancel your slide. Now, this ability is a bit harder to do, so it's not consistent for me, but if you get it right, well, you just don't need Solar Wind. Oh, what's that? What's my time, you ask? Well, currently, it's a sub 25. And that's not as impressive because some of the speedruns finish it in like 18 minutes, but maybe one day I'll get there. Anyways, I've been talking a little bit too much, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope this video inspired you to play Pseudoregalia, because please, 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 it's such a fun game. Now, I've been Julius Sky, and thanks for dropping by.